In 1929, just 7 companies represented 29% of the US stock market. Guess what? We've exceeded that today. My name's Steve Perry, and I run the lastprospector.com research site. We do Pareto-style research where we look for 80-20 solutions, approximations of events going on in the market and elsewhere today, using AI access to information for our calculations. Everything we present is presented in paper format with references so you can check our work and comment on it directly if you don't believe how we're interpreting or presenting the results. So let's get back to the data for today. This chart shows you what I refer to as the AI 7. That's the top 7 stocks essentially in the US market right now. But more importantly, it's been tailored to be the AI related stocks. You'll see other indexes that approximate the same thing. This is just my version. I keep it on the website so you can see how it's changing. But the trend here is undeniable. This has been a steady ramp up for the last couple of years to the point where we're passing 30%. And frankly, it shows no signs of coming back to earth. That same concentration existed in the 20s, right before the Great Depression. At that time, however, there was a lot more diversification in the marketplace. That top 7 company set included everything from oil companies to industrial, so a very different mix. Today, those 7 companies, which include one private company, ChatGPT, I've put it in because I think it's really critical to the analysis, but it includes NVIDIA, Alphabet, Apple, and so forth, the ones that you would have probably had in your portfolio if you're in the stock market. The point of it is that level of concentration is unhealthy, and it generally points to a problem. Where the concentration in 1929 was high in overall terms, but it was diversified. Today, as goes one, so goes all. They're all basically tied into the same concept of an AI transition. And that's a really scary proposition. Most importantly, if you believe the predictions that you might see as much as a 40% job dislocation as a result, this concentration occurs before that event takes place. That makes this an extremely dangerous moment in terms of how the market looks and how we're preparing for an AI transition. I wanted to give you a couple more detailed pieces of information, so I'm just going to read out of the paper. In 1929, the bottom 50% of society owned about 6% of the wealth. Today, they share in 2.4%, so it's been cut basically in half. Everybody earning a paycheck these days in a middle-income family probably recognizes it's getting harder and harder for your kids to buy a house, for instance. Well, that's all related to that change. At the same time, that top 1% holds 30.8% today, where it held 29% in the past. That's a very significant differential, and that widening of the gap is what really concerns me. It's what I believe makes it more difficult to survive an AI transition. This is a really important set of data, and I'm actually going to break this into 2 videos. The next one, I'm going to be getting into some of the details about what the consequences are of what I call the AI Wealth Club.